Coach, what do you think about team's performance tonight?
It was a good team performance. I think that first half, I think anxious, excited. Defensively, we were good. To be able to keep us close there. We had some good looks that just didn't go down for us. But that second half, I think we started on a 22-6 run. I thought Luka, Kai, and Klay being able to pick up full court. We got some deflection steals. Klay got us going there, shooting the ball. But our defense, I thought our defense helped us win this game as much as we scored 120 points. It was a good team win, and we can build from it. We got a lot to learn.
How are you guys able to make it tough on Victor?
Yeah, just throwing different bodies at him, trying to give him different coverages, try to keep him as far away from the paint or the basket as we can. He's long, he's talented, and we just try to keep fresh bodies on him and give him different looks. I thought the group did a good job. Again, he can put the ball on the floor, he can score it. We just try to make it tough on him.
With Klay, how much are you guys running things to get him involved, and how much of it is just letting Luka, and really Luka in particular, kind of figure things out?
Yeah, I think there's Klay's being patient. Klay's trying to figure out his spots. We're trying to get him on the move, and so again, Klay's ability on a miss to be able to throw aheads is one of the hardest plays to guard in this league. Klay's ability to knock down threes on the throw ahead on a catch is a special play that we're not sitting here saying run it. That's just basketball. And Luka and Kai and those guys, PJ, understand the throw ahead to Klay puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And we trust that if Klay's not shooting it, he can put it on the floor and make decisions. I thought PJ, again, bringing the ball touched the paint. He found Klay there in the corner. Being able to run to the corners as much as Klay did tonight was a positive and something that we've been working on.
Klay also had 7 rebounds, which maybe is an underrated part of his game. And when you're running really a 3-guard set, how key is that to have? You have 2 great rebounding guards, Luka and him.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point when you talk about Klay's ability to come back. We've asked him to come back and help rebound. I thought he did an incredible job with that, being able to tip him out, or if not, come up with the defense. But also, one of the things is the offensive rebounds in this league. With the way we were shooting there in the first, there was plenty of offensive rebounds to get, and that gave us another crack at it. So, yes, you can call it a 3-guard lineup, but Luka really is a forward. But we'll call it a 3-guard lineup if that's what you guys want to run with.
Lively had the double-double off the bench. He was able to kind of get in the mid-post, make a lot of decisions. Just how have you seen his decision-making kind of change over the last year or so?
Yeah, D-Live, I think, started where he left off last year. The ability, his energy is contagious, and understanding both ends, being able to rim run and protect the rim on the defensive end. But also we've asked him to guard, everyone, and he's showing that he can do that. I thought him and Gap did a good job on Victor when they were on him. And again, the smalls, we're asking our 5s to be able to guard the smalls, and I thought they did a good job there too. But when you look at D-Live's offensive rebounds, being able to give us second opportunities that we were able to capitalize on was big. But I thought that both centers played great, but D-Live's energy was really, really high with that second group.
Considering it was Klay's first game and everything he did, not only offensively but rebounding and also playing defense, was that about as good as you could expect him to play?
No, the bar is high. He's a future Hall of Famer. I got to see the night where he's perfect from the floor. And I'm just kidding. No, I think we've talked about this in the past. When we get newcomers, our job is to hopefully get their feet settled. And I think you can see his feet are settled, and he's comfortable here, and he's enjoying it. And so, again, his looks, had great looks. He's plus 16 on the floor. We talked about the rebounds, but again, I think we forget that he's a two-way player. and so he can play defense, and you could see that he came up with 3 steals tonight.
Coach, also in that second unit, Jaden Hardy, 20 minutes, 11 points. Where do you project him and just see how much he can grow as a point guard, and just talk about the energy he brings to that second unit as well?
Yeah, that's a great question and great name to bring up. I thought Hardy was a big plus for us in that first half. I thought he got everybody kind of settled down because we couldn't see a 3 go in the hoop until he started to make some for us, and I thought that became contagious. But his energy, his playmaking, as we've talked about preseason, his ability to find the open guy, I thought he did that well tonight too. And so I think he's comfortable with his role. The ceiling, the sky's the limit for him in the sense of growing. You've seen here the last 3 years, he's added something. He's doing everything we've asked on both ends. And with the new deal, so I think he's comfortable. But I thought he was big there in that first half of being able to get our offense going.
Coach, you have these 2 bigs in Gafford and Lively, and Gafford gets the start tonight. Lively comes off the bench. What do you like, or what goes into that decision of who starts between those 2, and what do you like about Lively in that second unit?
Yeah, I think you can look at the numbers. Last year we made the change, and I think we went 16-2 or 18-2, something like that. You look at the practice that we've had here over the week, both centers on both teams, when you talk about Gaff with the first group and D-Live with the second group, was really, really good. I love that they push each other in practice. They make each other better, and they cheer for one another when we take the floor as the Mavs. And so it's an opportunity to start Gaff here, and we'll look somewhere down the road to start D-Live. But what I love about D-Live coming off the bench is his energy, and that's something that's contagious. And when you look at a team, there's going to be nights when we might be low energy, but D-Live, as we've talked throughout preseason, we plug into him, and guys, recharge or feed off that energy, and he has a big responsibility with that second group. Thanks.
Hello.
Klay Thompson made his debut tonight. What did you see from him tonight?
It was great, man. Just knocking down a lot of shots, and he was moving out there. He played great defense too. So I'm just glad we got him.
To play with a guy like that?
I mean, it's easy to play with a guy like that. It makes your life easier. You got to find him. That's what I say. That's what I'm saying. It makes my life and Kai's easier. Makes the whole team's life easier. It's a lot of space. So great.
You mentioned Klay's defense. Yours was pretty noticeable out there as well. What were you feeling on that end, the impact you were trying to make?
Yeah, I mean, I play terrible. But, it's the energy, the vets pick up. Me, Klay, and Kai, we're the vets of the team. But, big energy. My first game in, 4 months, so I was tired.
One of those threes you hit Klay on, he's wide open on the wing. As soon as you pass it, you just start running back. What are you thinking there?
I'm thinking it's going in. Simple. He had so much time, he had to take one dribble, he told me so. But like I said, playing with him makes my life easier, so I'm happy.
Luka, the 3 of you guys didn't have the preseason together, but that being said, I know it's a long season, just 1 game, but just how do you feel about the way you guys played tonight overall?
I think we can play a lot better than that. But it's our first game together. It's going to get some time to get used to it, which is normal for everybody. So, but I'm really excited for this season. Having to play with those 2 guys, it's fun. And I'm very excited for the whole season, a lot of games.
¿Qué sensaciones te deja este partido? Obviamente hablabas de Klay, pero también con Nagy, con Quinn. Y si viste el Madrid-Dortmund, ¿qué te pareció el Madrid-Dortmund también de ese partido?
Sí, me quedo con buenas sensaciones. Creo que podemos jugar mucho mejor de que hemos jugado hoy, pero me quedo muy bien. Normalmente, si jugáramos así primer tiempo, no estaríamos solo 2 abajo. Así que soy muy, muy feliz de que podemos conseguir esta victoria. Y que vamos a hacer las segundas partes en el Bernabéu. Son increíbles siempre.
When you say you played terrible, this is your first competitive basketball game since July. Did it take just that first half to kind of get the rust out the way, get some shots going?
Yeah, I was telling Smooth I was rusty the whole first half, But then in the third quarter, kind of opened up. The legs were back, and it felt great just to be out there playing basketball.
I know you're gonna see creative coverages, multiple defenders, no matter who else is out on the floor with you, but did you notice any kind of space or anything a little bit different just having Klay and Kyrie out there at the same time with you?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's a lot of space for me and Kai to create, not just for Klay, but for everybody. You can't leave Klay open, you can't leave Kai open, so it's going to be tough for the defenses. But we just got to go game by game, every team's going to give us different coverage and just trying to read the game.
Luka, you're no stranger to the Mavs fans and the Mavs energy, but you got a moment to speak to them before the game. What does that kind of moment mean for you?
It's amazing, it's my seventh year here, so I got love every day of my life here, so pretty special to be a part of Dallas, and it's been amazing. Like I say, every day they support me, so thank you.
So just real quick, Luka, how did it feel having other people dribble up the ball besides you?
It's great, man. There's nothing else to say. Just give me some time off. Everybody touches the ball. It was relaxing. How do you say? Relaxing.
¿Alguna predicción para el clásico?
¿Eh?
¿Alguna predicción para el clásico?
Oh, Madrid, ganar. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Like you said, record 6 threes tonight. How do you evaluate your own performance and what were the feelings like on its debut?
Well, the feelings were a lot of nerves, anxiousness, but after a few minutes and you see one go through, you feel great. And great debut. It's only one game in October, but it feels good just to get the first one out the way. And setting a record is always a great feeling and something I'll never take for granted.
Klay, what are the emotions when you hear your name announced in the Mavs starting lineup for the first time in front of this crowd?
Just a ton of excitement. Just really just an awesome feeling. And you only get the first time of something so often. So to experience that and hear the roar from the crowd was really cool, and I will cherish that moment for the rest of my life.
I know you've had a few practices with him and a little pickup ball, but playing with Luka, kind of how'd you feel about that fit and about some of the looks that you're getting off his creation?
I mean, it was great to be out there with Luka. What an incredible talent. I mean, doesn't make any sense because what we're taught growing up as far as being the best basketball player is you got to jump the highest, you got to run the fastest, but somehow Luka defies that. He plays at his own speed and he manipulates the game as good as I've ever seen anyone do it, and it's great to be a recipient of that and get great looks. Hopefully we can elevate each other's games and our squad, and it's a great start to a long year, but it's something that we can build off.
Now one, you were so open, you kind of took a little dribble.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
It's something I've done in the past, and I've done throughout my career. When you're getting ready to shoot the ball and you're that wide open, sometimes you overthink it. So it's nice just to take a crowd dribbling. That just gives you a lot of rhythm. And I heard Luka was running down the floor though, but I'm happy I made him not look stupid.
Did any part of tonight feel strange, being on a new home court, new uniform, new home crowd?
I don't think so, because the preseason really was important for that. It really eased my nerves and the tension I had when I was feeling that strangeness being in a new uniform, new arena, new city. But to feel the reception from the city, that's all I needed to feel at home.
How long do you think it'll take for the chemistry to develop between you, Luka, and also Kyrie, who's a shot creator and can create his own space?
Probably, who knows? I mean, at least 10 to 20, 30 games. I mean, even this team, the run they made last year, they didn't fully peak till the most important time of the year. So hopefully every week just gets a little better and just gradual improvements. not going to be perfect, but tonight was a good step in the right direction.
Speaking of awkward, you and Kyrie have had some battles at the largest stages. You've been on the same team as Harrison Barnes. You guys are in different uniforms almost a decade later. Does that just speak to how unpredictable sports can be?
No question. And it makes you grateful to be in the NBA. When you look around, you see those guys you came in with still playing at a high level, especially playing against Chris Paul. I mean, talking to CP tonight, I'm like, man, I used to chase you around for 40 minutes. I used to hate his guts. And now we're good friends. And you develop that respect when you battle for so many years. And true legend of the game, CP is.
Do you miss driving a boat to work?
Some days I do, but there's plenty of lakes around here where I get my water fix in. But the bay crossing, that was a good time in my life. And I can't even lie to you. But that's what the summertime's for. It's better weather anyway.
Klay, you mentioned being able to only do the first thing for the first time once, right? So after tonight, have you gotten a chance to actually have a sigh of relief, or will you do that a little bit later? What's your post-game?
Yeah, I'll do that at dinner tonight with my family, my friends. Very special moment, especially having them here. Thinking about all we've been through and how lucky I am to still be playing this game after 12 seasons of hard basketball. And it's just a great step in the right direction, and the future looks really bright. So tonight is going to be fun, a little celebration, but once I wake up in the morning, it's over with. It's on the Phoenix Sun Scout.
Clay, I know you've talked about your defense and showing it when it comes to Luka and Kyrie tonight. You know, how much did you see from them? The lead from example, just the energy that was very ever present.
It was incredible, especially to start that second half, picking up full court, causing some turnovers. I thought that really swayed the game in our favor. And Kyrie's been an incredible defender. He has insane hands. Like, you watch him handle the ball. Same thing when he stabs at the ball and gets steals. He's got some of the best hands I've ever seen. And Luka moves his feet and anticipates the offensive player very well. Just watching him tonight, I don't think he gets as much credit on that end, but he is incredible on the boards and staying in front of the offensive player. I was very impressed with him.
Like, speaking of the boards, you had 7 rebounds tonight. Coach was saying a little bit ago how he's asking you to crash the boards, especially on the offensive side. How much pride do you take in the non-shooting part of your game?
Oh, man, I take a ton of pride in every aspect of basketball. Being a two-way player is probably my greatest joy, because the players I grew up idolizing were some of the best at that, whether it was Kobe, Clyde Drexler. I mean, they were just, I grew up watching those guys play the two guard at the highest level, and I try to emulate that. And there's so many ways to affect the game, even when my shot isn't falling, and I'm going to lean on that this season.
Making a paper airplane there, or?
Oh, yeah. Start the year off right.
Clay, a fan tweeted tonight that rumors of your demise were greatly exaggerated. How does that make you feel that fans are out there tweeting you at him?
Yeah, it feels good, but it's one game, guys, and I don't want to get ahead of myself. And Twitter, I try to stay off Twitter. You get a lot of, it's a roller coaster. You know, you can be good tonight, you don't have a good night, you're 2 for 11 from 3, the world is ending. So I try to caution these young guys, especially, like, stay out of the comments, just focus on your craft and give it your everything you got. You can live with the results.
Clay, how did it feel holding Victor Wembanyama to 5 for 18 shooting tonight?
Felt good. He's the future of this league, obviously, and he does things that no player can really do, especially being able to get it off the rim. But he had some good looks, and like I said before, he's the future of the NBA, just with his ability to shoot from the perimeter and block shots. I mean, it's incredible what he can do.
Clay, just going back, you said it's just one game, but just going back to watching this team make the finals, and then your free agency conversations, you envision yourself with this roster. now that it is a reality, did it meet everything that you envisioned?
Tonight did. Tonight was a great start, but I'm not satisfied. I mean, we have so much basketball ahead, and from the experience I've gained, you could never be too high throughout the regular season, and we have really big goals. So one good win at home is not going to satisfy any of us. We want to be really, really good this year and get back to where they were at last year. All good? Cool.
Thank you. Paper airplane.
Fastest? Like 7 seconds. There you go. All right. For takeoff. Oh, look at that.
Dereck, you guys did a really good job on defense tonight, especially against Victor Wembanyama. What did you see just from the defense against him tonight?
I feel like we were very connected. You know, even at the times where we weren't talking to each other, you know, we came back, we huddled, and we knew we had to be more active, more vocal, and just to be more disciplined on the defensive end.
Dereck, it's the second season in a row that you've started opening night against the Spurs, and just y'all being two of the higher drafted big men in that draft class. How much fun is that battle, and what do you anticipate from that battle with you and Wemby moving forward?
You know, he's a good player. You know, he's definitely proven himself last year. You know, he's a great player. So you got to admit to whenever he's on the court, you got to acknowledge he's there. So just having that, you know, competitiveness, having that just will to win just makes the game that much more fun. Having some of the best players out there just makes the game go that much better.
What's it feel like to play with Klay?
Great. Man, you know, just finally seeing his emotion come out. You know, a couple of shots go in, you see him finally getting comfortable in the AAC. So you love that. You know, seeing that in the first game just means it's going to be a long season for the league.
What's been the difference in spacing with him out there?
It really just comes down to just reading the floor. You know, sometimes we're going to have people in the corner, sometimes we're going to have an empty corner, but Klay just finds his gaps, no matter if it's him running off a pin down, running off a stagger screen, or him just slipping a screen with Kai or Luka. There's a lot of more plays we can go, a lot of different things we can run. So it just makes the paint wide open, and we're going to be able to move the ball and get shots.
Dereck, you play with so much confidence. What are you expecting out of year two from your game?
Growth. You know, on the free throw line, in the paint, on the defensive end, just being a better player. You know, I feel like I saw almost everything last year. So now it's just taking everything that I've learned, all the things I've been through, all the times I failed, and just try to get better. You know, it might not be every game I'm going to be better, but there's going to be bad games. You just got to be able to just take them under the chin and just move on and just try to perfect your game and just learn.
And as a rookie, you know, winning obviously would have been the ultimate goal, but just to be so close and almost have a taste of what it's like this early on in your career, you know, how pivotal is it for you to experience that hunger of a championship?
Lights a fire under you. You know, instead of thinking of an 82-game season, it's got to be at least 105, 108, because that's what it's going to take to get back to the finals and win. So just having that hunger, getting a little taste and not being able to go the whole way through just makes you that much more hungry for it. It makes you want to just go get it even harder.
This was just the opening night, but it was a nice foundations piece to build on. How did you see what happened tonight and how the guys responded?
I loved it. You know, even when we were out there, you know, we were miscommunicating or we were making bad plays, we stuck together. You know, no matter what was going on the floor, we were leaning on each other, making sure we had each other's backs. You know, if someone misses a shot, we're going to pick them up and make sure we're going to give them the ball again so they can shoot it again. No matter who's shooting the ball, it's just always having that mentality that your teammate's going to pick you up so you can shoot the next one.
You heard the reaction from the fit from us when you walked in. You meant to put on the show for the first night. Did you have the outfit laid out beforehand last night?
Yeah, you know, I got to have it the night before so you can take your nap and just throw it on the next day. You know, that's kind of what I try to do, try to be as organized as possible.
Jason talked a lot about the energy for the second unit, especially what you created out there. You were able to catch the ball, be able to make a lot of decisions. Just what has that process been like, and what's it like being out there in the second unit?
Man, just going out there and just trying to be under control as possible. You know, there's a lot of things that's going to be going on the court and just try not to be sped up. So that's why when I catch it in the paint, no matter if it's me trying to pass, me trying to score out of the post, it's just being under control. Slow down, read the game, instead of being as sped up as I was last year. Appreciate y'all.